All right, hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Can I please get a sound check? Please let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. All right, good. Thanks, guys. And you can see my screen okay, too, hopefully. All right. I've been busy multitasking all morning. Let's see, where are we at? Okay, the markets have just opened. We'll review what happened with our earlier trades in a moment. Want to keep our attention on the Dow E-mini, the YM. I'm in a new location today. Stockholm, beautiful Stockholm. Heads up, we have a possible long setup on the YM at 35,831. Getting in sync with the current blue trade. That one triggering in. Targeting 871, 893, and money management 867, which it just hit. Really had to be on your toes here and hitting its target objective as well. The YM starting off strong, one and done, and now managing any additional positions you might have. The stop should now move to 837. Hopefully the sound is not as echoey and reverby as it was in the past. I'm in a new location where it's not as bright as far as sound goes. There's more curtains and carpet, etc. Yeah, the other place I was in was very live with hardwood floors and big open space in Copenhagen. I'm in beautiful Stockholm now. What an amazing city. If you've never been here, I highly recommend you put it on your bucket list. It's a phenomenal place. Stockholm is incredible. It's a big city that's sitting on top of 14 islands, all connected by bridges, water everywhere, green. It's just beautiful. All right, so the YM trying to get to its target too. Target 1 was a good target, 40 points, $200 a contract. The stop just moved to 839, and it just moved again, 844. And it will probably be at 852 in a moment. Maybe 853. Actually, at key level adjusted down to 849. 849. And if it could stay above this line, which actually it's pretty active here, but there it is. 859 now. Moving up to 859 and soon to be 864, it looks like. And there it is, 864. There's our second target right there. Looks like it may be moving to 872 here in a moment. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up like button. Really appreciate it. That orange line sitting on top of our target 2 at 893. Good for 62 points if you can get there. Be ready to move your stop up to 872. And no, the stop remains. There it is. It just moved up to 872. I would put it at 871, just beneath that bar there, just to try to stay in the trade. It looks like it's got a good shot of hitting that big target. Missing by 2 ticks. And it did just stop out and finish. So not quite able. I mean, if you were on your toes, you could have scaled out. No point in fighting over 2 little points on a 62-point move. Regardless, an excellent way to start the Dowie Mini YM trading this week. Hope you guys are taking advantage of this trade plan that has been working for a very long time. Quick look at soybeans, just to stay on top of this. Well, you could see the squeeze zone filtering out what would have been a losing trade, instead getting long and a quick winner. 11 ticks, that's 2 3/4 points. And one and done. And yeah, rather quick trade. Literally 3 minutes, 4 minutes maybe, 3.5 minutes, one and done. Soybeans on Counterpunch. That one's just been doing that sort of thing for the longest time. Let's look at what happened earlier. Crude oil. Was there a way to get the yellow trade? Wow. Maybe if you were on your toes. I don't know. Did anyone grab this? 84.32. It did touch it right at the open. You would have had to maybe chase it a tick or two up. Probably happened just a hair too soon. If you grabbed it, let me know. Nice trade, but we'll just assume it got away from us, leading to the second trade, which also hit its goal. 15 ticks, target one, $150 a contract. So that was one and done. Looks like there should have been enough time to anticipate and execute that trade. And then, there's a reason why we like the power of quitting. The next trade, actually the next 2 trades, unable to make it happen. And then the third trade able to, or I guess that would be the 4th trade. Hopefully you were done already, but that one hit a couple nice targets there. And then a little messy again. This is kind of a messy little, maybe a topping pattern of some sort, at least short term. So you can see some sort of consolidation in here. But that first trade, getting it done. And the earlier trade, just a moment too soon. Either way. That target one was 18 ticks. That's our objective. The next trade was 15 ticks. Not that big of a difference. Let me know if you have any questions. A squeeze trade. Filtering out a nice winner here. Not a squeeze trade, the squeeze filter. That saves us a lot, though, so sometimes we'll give up a winner. But the next trade got it done, hitting a 49-tick target one. So the unleaded gas, one and done as well. Which is good because then it kind of went up, down, and it's nice to get the trading done and the first trade in the bag to avoid giving your profits back. That's why we love power of quitting. Pound Aussie. Pound Aussie under some pressure, getting long. It was long at 82.03. Maybe a little adjustment above the yellow line. Either way, it triggered in. Still going, but the stop is at 8174. Clearly under some pressure at the moment. If it does turn and go the other direction, it would be targeting 82.24, 82.36, 82.48, and 82.61. Okay, there you go. All right, let's take a look at our micro NQ with Catapult and our 6-point custom Renko with the 2-point offset. Sticking with my original suggestion of waiting 4 minutes and then starting. So 4 minutes brings us to here, actually right at this trade. And we've seen this a lot, where waiting that 4 minutes has made a difference. Looks like there was plenty of time to execute because you're 1 minute in and you're still around the entry here. Remember, this stop doesn't move until we get to the larger targets. You give this trade more room to develop. So you could take this trade anytime on any of these bars, etc. And of course, hitting all 4 targets and then stopping out, one and done. And this continues to be a very dynamic and interesting chart. We were looking at it closely over the last, couple weeks or so. It's still looking great to me. Of course, you want to get in, get out, get done, get your power of quitting. That's all you need. And these are nice sized targets. You could take profit at any of these targets, really, but I would suggest from target 2 beyond. So it's risking, for example, 9 3/4 points. So target 1 isn't terrible. It's almost 0.8 to 1, risking $1 to make 80 cents, which isn't the best risk-reward ratio, but it wins a lot. So you make it up on a high win rate. But I think you're better off waiting for these bigger targets. Of course, with a micro, you might decide to take a little off and help offset costs at target 1. You can do that. But anyway, target 2, good for 14 points. So you got a really nice risk-reward ratios on your targets 2, 3, and 4, as you can see. Really nice chart. And I think you could use this similar chart on several different symbols as well, where you offset by 1/3. What else? Take a look at the 377 tick with counterpunch and crude oil. So we have that 8:50 start time or 9 a.m. start time, depending on one's sensibilities. It doesn't really matter. They both do well. Getting in sync with this trade here, the 8:50 start time came up, hit its target 2 and kept on going, and then stopped out here. And the 9 a.m. start time, basically, this would have been this one. And this one would not have quite made it to target 2. So it would have stopped out because it hit target 1. Target 1 was 17 ticks, and then would have come down and stop out, which meant having to take another trade, and that would have led to this losing trade, and then a winning trade, one that just missed target 2 by 1 tick. And then it got a little dicey. So I guess it made a difference, the 8:50 start time, one and done, unless there's a way to get that 9 o'clock trade. There isn't. At 9 o'clock, it's past the entry. So yeah, that one didn't quite make it. It did ultimately make it. Look at target 2, how perfect it got hit. Unfortunately, the money management aspect of the trade would have bumped you out before getting to that target. That was the issue with that 9 a.m. start time. So 9 a.m. not quite getting it done. Remember, target 2 is the objective on this chart, not target 1. In Spotlight, when we're using the 8-tick momentum bar, target 1 is the objective. But with Counterpunch, target 2 has been the objective for many years. So that's that. We haven't looked at this a lot lately. It's been a while, but maybe it's timely that we do. Our Forex swing trade service, the Spotlight FX Alerts, which even though it's called Spotlight FX Alerts, it's really mostly Counterpunch. It's all Counterpunch, really. Has just been insanely successful, breaking out to new all-time equity highs. We've got open trades that have 1,200 plus pips or more when you add up the targets in the trailer, the pound Aussie, the euro Aussie. I was just doing the math on these. Over 1,200 plus pips and still going. Who knows how much these will end up banking in the end. But this is pushing the service to all new record profit levels. The euro yen finishing a really big one. That was actually the white trade because we adjusted out of the, avoided the short. So that one not quite getting to target 3, almost, but still some big targets, 171 pips, 267, and then, the trailer, which was a little more. And this 4-hour chart on the pound yen continuing to just win. This thing has been winning 85% of its trades now for 15 years, 16 years? You could just see it continuing to do its thing. I mean, you got to look back a ways to find a losing trade. I mean, they exist. Remember, this doesn't take all trades. It only takes those that set up at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. That's it. So there are some setups in here that you wouldn't count. But there's another winner. Some of them are small winners, but I mean, it doesn't look like much. It's 27 pips. That one's 28 pips. Sometimes, though, you'll get 66 to target 1 or 83. And every now and then it hits a nice big target 2, and this one almost hit target 3. Look at that. It just barely missed. But the trailer picked up 504, and then the target 3 position, that part of the trade also would have come off with 504. So if you add up the 3 targets and the trailer as 4 unique positions, you can see that's, it's almost 1,400 pips. And then this one, target 1, 96 pips. And, you go back and, again, there's a losing trade. I mean, they exist. But, you could just see winner after winner after winner after winner. There's just so many winners. There's a loser. But that's what you get with an 85% win rate. And, that's I don't like to even talk about it because it just seems so unreal. But I've looked at this, just looking at the last 10 years, for example, it's lost 3 times in a row. 3 times. Literally. That's the worst losing streak it's had for 10 years. And it only happened 3 times. That's pretty remarkable if you ask me. Counterpunch Trader. The daily version also, this was another big one, and we avoided getting short here because of our adjustment as well. So this one was able to get all targets and the trailer. And that was, you could see that's about, almost 1,200 pips, and then the trailer, which is right around a little more than target 2. Yeah, there's like 1,500 pips on that trade. So you could see why the Spotlight FX Alerts has just been kicking some serious butt and breaking out to new equity highs. This one here, this trade, I'm showing what might be additional supplemental setups, but it's not what we're using with the service. But here, this is another 1,200 plus pips and going still. These are the kind of trades that you just have to be patient for, because they happen. Usually what happens is people get bored, they quit, and then from the sidelines, they watch these trades happen, wishing they didn't quit. And that's how swing trading works. Swing trading takes patience. No one knows when these explosive moves are going to happen. But when they do, then that's when all the money comes piling in. This is another unique plan that also wins a lot. This one here, it did stop out, but not before it made, 150 pips or so. Forget exactly how much, but good chunk there. The euro pound just stopped out after first hitting a nice 91 pip target and then a little extra on the trailer. And these are all current trades from the Spotlight FX alerts. I think I've just hit all of them. Yeah, there's a couple charts on here we're not using. But you can see it's a nice service. This one just hit a profit. So the pretty large size trade here on the US Swissy. And it didn't quite hit target one. Target one would be good for 117 pips, but it did get to break even right there. And so now the stop moving down, coming back up to test the 200 moving average, support becomes resistance, and this has a good chance of moving lower. That's another live trade that's going. So a risk-free trade that has some good odds here. And that's it. That's the Spotlight FX alerts. Breaking out to new equity highs. I'm being conservative, saying 14,000 pips, but I think when all these trades close, it's going to be quite a bit higher. So really excited about that. And because it's Counterpunch Trader, and that's part of this trade room, I thought it would be appropriate to show it to you because, why not? It's swing trading is a great way to trade, and in true backpack trader style, there's nothing more backpack trader-ish than this type of trading, because you could literally spend 5 to 10 minutes a day or less with this exact plan, because it's like the trade's there or it isn't. And if it's there, you take a couple minutes and place it. Takes a few seconds to move the stop day after day. And that's it. It's just the easiest way to trade, the least intrusive to one's life, and that is what the backpack trader is all about. So always exciting to be able to show these types of trades, mainly because of the patience required. If you think about it, you can go 3-4 months and it doesn't feel like you're really making any progress or getting any traction, and then all of a sudden it explodes like this. And the thing is that 3 or 4 months of trading on a chart like this is literally a day or 2 or 3 of day trading, if you put it in perspective. It's like 1 bar a day, right? So people seem to forget that. Anyway, if anyone has any questions about any of this, feel free to type them into the chat. All right, so there you have it. I want to keep this session kind of brief. I've got a few days left here in Stockholm, Sweden. First time I've ever been here. It's amazing. I want to get out into the city. It gets dark very early because we're so far north. And I like getting my work done quick and efficient here. So I'll hang out for a little while longer. I'm going to kind of follow your guys' lead. If you have any questions, please ask. I don't know what else to show you at the moment. I know last week we got extensively into various trade planning stuff and important topics. I'm not going to repeat any of that today. There's no need. But if you have any follow-up questions, now is the time. A pretty successful session all in all. John Lizar, let me just ask you really quickly before I announce the rest of the week. I don't recall you letting me know you were not going to do the sessions, so I'm assuming you're on tomorrow and Thursday. I'll be here on Wednesday. This will be my last week abroad, although looking at the calendar, yeah, I'll probably be broadcasting to you guys on Wednesday the 10th, live from Las Vegas of all places. So I'm kind of hopping and popping all over the globe these days, it seems. But that'll be fun. All right, so John will be here regular scheduled time. I should be back to my regular schedule as well. Don't forget, we will be closed the entire week of Thanksgiving. Usually take that week off. John, I'll leave that up to you if you feel like doing Tuesday the 23rd, but I always feel like when the holidays come around, it's good to decompress a bit. Maybe I'll do Monday the 22nd. I'll think about it. I haven't decided yet, actually. I do like to take a full week off, but I realize that I've taken time off with this recent trip, so we'll see. I'll let you guys know. I guess it depends on my travel schedule. So regular schedule until mid-December for John. All right, that's great. All right, so any questions before I say goodbye to you guys? I'm still resting my voice every chance I can. So I already feel it getting a little raspy. But you guys seem pretty quiet today, and hopefully you guys had a successful morning. The trading looks good. The market's moving nicely. There's lots of great trades to be had. Hopefully you took advantage of some of that. I know there's a little pause here, so I'm just going to give you a moment to collect your thoughts, but otherwise I'm not seeing anything come through here, so I'm going to wish you all a wonderful day, and I'll see you back here on Wednesday. Don't forget to hit the like button, and have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.